They pulled away, went cold, disappeared, and then out of nowhere they came back, like nothing happened, like they never left. You told yourself you were done, you were moving on, you had accepted it, and then that text came through, or that call, or that accidental like on your post, and suddenly you're confused again. This video is about why that happens, not what you want to believe, but what's actually happening underneath. But this video isn't just about them. It's about the cycle. And if you keep letting them back in, you're part of it too. Let's start with what they do. Not what you feel they mean. What they actually do. They pull back when things get close. They need space. They go quiet. They stop initiating. They make you feel like you're asking for too much. And then, when you finally stop chasing, when you accept the distance and start focusing on yourself, something shifts. They notice. They reach out. They test the water. And this isn't random. This is a pattern. Predictable, repeatable pattern. So let's explain it, behavior first. The avoidant doesn't pull away because they don't care. That's the first misunderstanding. They pull away because closeness triggers something uncomfortable. Not dislike, something deeper. When someone gets too close, the avoidant brain interprets it as a threat. Not a threat of danger. A threat of being needed in a way they don't know how to handle. So they create distance. They go cold. They disappear. And here's where most people get stuck. They think that's the end. The avoidant made their choice. They don't want connection. But that's not what's happening under the surface. Here's the hidden layer. The distance isn't simply about wanting to be alone. Often, it functions like a test. Not a conscious one, but it serves that purpose. The avoidant pulls away to see if you'll stay. If you'll still be there. If you'll prove that their fear of being needed isn't real. And when you stop chasing, when you respect the distance and stop reaching out, something flips. Now the threat isn't closeness. The threat is permanent distance. The threat is abandonment. And that's when they come back. Not because they've changed. Because the fear of losing you suddenly outweighs the fear of being needed. So they reach out. They test the water. They come back. And here's the part most people completely miss. The cycle doesn't end because they came back. The cycle continues because you take them back without anything changing. They come back, you let them in, things feel good for a while, and then, as soon as closeness starts building again, they pull away again. Same pattern. Same cycle. Same confusion. Because the avoidant hasn't resolved what triggers the pulling away. They've only resolved that they don't want to lose you right now. But they haven't resolved what they do when closeness gets overwhelming again. That's the part nobody tells you. The return isn't evidence of change. The return is evidence of the same fear, just a different direction. They feared closeness, so they left. They feared permanent loss, so they came back. Same nervous system, same pattern, just different triggers. Now, we're not there yet, but we're getting close. So let's get deeper. Why does this cycle keep repeating? Not just with this person, with everyone. This pattern isn't about them. It's about the repetition of an old pattern. A pattern that was set long before they met you. Here's a question. Have you noticed this pattern before? With other people? In other relationships? The avoidant doesn't just do this with romantic partners. They do it with friends, with family, with work. They pull away when things get too close, and then they come back when the distance feels permanent. This is the script, and the script keeps playing until someone interrupts it. Think about that. You've felt this pull before. The same rhythm, the same cycle, the same confusion. That's the pattern. And here's the part that's harder to see. If you're the one who keeps letting them back in, you're also part of the pattern. Not because you're weak, because you have your own fear, the fear of being alone, the fear that no one else will come, the fear that this is as good as it gets. So when they come back, you take them, because the temporary relief of them choosing you outweighs the long-term pain of the cycle. And that's the attachment wound. Both sides, different expressions, same fear. That's the wound, not just theirs, yours too. And this is the part most people never reach. This is the part that explains everything. So how do you actually break it? Not by waiting for them to change. Not by giving them another chance and hoping it's different this time. You break it by recognizing the cycle before you re-enter it. Here's the practice. The next time they come back, the next time that text comes through, that call comes in, that just thinking of you message appears, pause and ask yourself, is this about me or is this about the pattern? If it's the pattern, don't respond. Not to punish them, because responding keeps the cycle alive. You break it by refusing to participate in the loop. Not because you don't care, because you finally understand what the loop is. And here's where the real healing happens. You break it by deciding that you are no longer available for the same script. That means sitting in the silence. Not because it's easy, because it's necessary. Because the silence is the only place where the pattern can actually stop. Pause for memory line. On-screen text. The return isn't evidence of change. The return is evidence of the same fear, just a different direction. If you're still here, you're willing to sit in the discomfort of this. That's not nothing. And here's the next layer, the one that explains everything else. The same loop shows up in your work, your friendships, your relationship with yourself. You leave, you come back, you leave again. That's the pattern that connects everything. Now, one question before we close. Next time they come back, will you recognize the cycle before you reply?